Yeah, that is indeed the ocean right there. Sort of a bay per se, because we're in Guero Negro, so it's kind of like the inlet-ish of the ocean. This is where a lot of good like whale sightseeing is, so they have really good whale tours here. I did one my first year and it was really, really amazing, so I highly recommend. Today we are driving to meet up with Dustin, and he is about 4 hours from where I am right now. And so my plan was to get up here and go for a run, and make some breakfast and then go. But it is dreadfully windy outside, and we don't want to exist in it because it's like cold and windy, and we just don't want to exist in it. So we're just going to drive until there's no wind. And then when we find no wind, we will stop and go for a run. There's a trail to a volcano out on my way to San Rosalia where I'm going. So I'm hoping it won't be windy and we can stop there. So for now, we're gonna keep drinking some coffee and not spill it in the bed. That was a challenge. And then we're gonna pack up and go. Good morning. Good morning. It is day 2 in Baja. We have left Guero and we are on our way towards Mulegé-ish area, and it's going to be phenomenal. I'm really excited. I am meeting up with Dustin there, and he's got a sick spot right on the beach where there's like no one else. Water's clear. And I've never really gotten to stop and spend time in Mulegé area, so I'm actually very excited about it because I think it'll be really nice to kind of slow down. It's currently like not much surf over in Nine Palms area or really anywhere, so I'm like cruising, right? Because I'm not like in a rush to get down to no surf and chill at a beach with no surf. So, you know, who knows what I'm gonna do. I do know that I need to get a surfboard because I don't currently have a surfboard, so there's no way you can surf without a surfboard. So I have to get down towards like Todos Santos, Cerritos to go to some surf shops and see what boards they have. And then also to drop my board at the Glasser to get repaired. So that is the move for my surfing expedition. But with that, it means that I'm not really in like a rush to get down there. And so we have time to just hang out up here on the beaches and do some paddleboarding with the dog and do some just like swimming and chilling and relaxing and just honestly enjoying time. Because since my accident, the month after my accident was just really like a blur. Of just trying to like survive, which I don't know why it felt that way, but it did, because I think my concussion was a lot worse than I thought it was. And so it was really just like staying above water at that point and trying to not freak out or do anything. And luckily, you know, I was with family and everything like that, so that was really nice. But and then after that, we went straight into shopping for vehicles, determining what would be the right vehicle for me. And, you know, we landed on the Grenadier for so many reasons. But in order to travel the world, it just made the most sense to go with the Grenadier because it fits in a shipping container. It's discreet. I know y'all will be like, it's not discreet, but I'm gonna put a wrap on it or repaint it matte colored, so it's gonna look a little bit older without having the shiny paint on it. It just looks like a Defender 110, and people know that those are old. And so I think going to Central and South America, it's gonna look like an older military vehicle. At least that's my hope. Oh gosh, I'm so tired. I am so tired. But once we get to Dustin, we kind of have more of like chill moving. So it's not like we are in a rush to go anywhere. I would like to go kind of explore Bahia Conception a little bit because I haven't gotten to, and maybe we'll get to do the bioluminescence if it's still taking place, which I doubt that it is, but you never know. And then we'll go on down to the bottom of the peninsula and get to enjoy being down there, which I am so excited about. I really can't wait. Like, I really, really can't wait. So, yeah. Also, just let me point something out here. Driving in Baja has already been an adventure, not in any bad sense of like something has happened, just that I very much at many points feel like I'm back on the road of where my accident happened, because the roads here are so narrow. I mean, so narrow. Like, there's not enough room for a truck and you on the road, and so you're like touching each other basically. And so for me, I'm super paranoid because of my accident to even be close to a shoulder. So I tend to ride the yellow line, if not drive across the yellow line when I don't see oncoming traffic, because it just like keeps my heart from racing the whole time. But obviously when there's a vehicle coming and it's a large vehicle, I have to get all the way over to the shoulder, and I basically come to like a standstill. So I'm driving like super slow when I know there's a big vehicle coming my way, just because I just am paranoid. I'm not even paranoid. It's just like there have been so many points where my tires are like on the line and I'm just like holding my breath because I know what has happened before from that situation. And so it's just, yeah, it's just definitely a little bit nerve-wracking, which I know this is a really good test because I've driven this route quite a few times. And so it'll be nice for me to get this drive done first before going to, say, South America, where the roads are even narrower. And I'll be able to kind of sort of like address how I handle these situations. So yeah, definitely have a little more PTSD than I thought I did. Actually, that's a lie. I know I have a lot of PTSD and I just have kind of been like suppressing it, but it's fine. Like, honestly, everything is fine. Talking about, you know, like believing everything's fine and trusting in the universe and what have you. I am definitely one that has done a lot of work on myself. I've gone through a lot of therapy. I've gone through a lot of treatment centers. Like, I've done a lot of things to help myself and be the best person I can be. However, I think that there comes a point when the programming becomes so heavy, constantly telling you there's something wrong with you, you're broken, there's this, you need to work on this, you need to work on this. And sure, there's always things we can work on, but when you're constantly putting through your brain that you need to change this, you need to fix this, you need to do this, like, the message you're sending to yourself is that something is wrong with you. And why are we doing that to ourselves? We're making our already difficult human existence more difficult by telling ourselves that there's something wrong with us and we need to fix it. So I understand that there's things that we always need to be working on and changing, but I don't think we need to constantly be like, oh, I'm working on myself, because that's telling you that there's something wrong with you. And when we believe there's something wrong with us, we're not allowing ourselves to live a truly happy, vibrant life. So for me personally, I came to this realization a few years ago, where I was just like, you know what? I need to stop telling myself that I'm broken and I need to be fixed and I need to do all this healing, because it's holding me back from living. It's making me believe I have to fix myself in order to be allowed a good life. And so I let all of that go, and suddenly the world opened up and I could feel this immense happiness that I've never felt in my life, where I realized, like, I'm incredible. Sure, I have things that are like, you know, issues, but like, there's nothing wrong with me. There is nothing that needs to be fixed in order for me to be a good person. I am a good person and I deserve to have a good, happy life, as do all of you there. You all deserve a good, happy, beautiful, vibrant life. Stop putting the programming in your brain that you're broken, that something's wrong with you, and just accept who you are and live as best as you can. Like, being a good person goes a really far way. That's all I'm gonna say. So thank you for coming to my TED Talk. If you would like to book a session, please reach out and I'd be happy to walk you through the process. Actually, it's kind of funny that I do say that because I am actually a life coach. And that is something that I do provide. So I don't really talk about it a lot because I've been on the fence with doing it just because I've been so focused on getting myself on track. And I haven't really been taking new clients. But I have done it, and it is something I'm capable of doing, and I'm just in a place of if the right clients come along, they come along. I'm not going to outwardly seek clients because, I'm not going to put the marketing efforts into trying to support a full-time coaching business. Rather, if there are people that find value in my way of seeing the world and would like to change the way they see the world or the way in which they feel in their own mind, then I'm happy to be of service. But I'm not going to force myself onto anybody or force my coaching business to be my only source of money, because that just doesn't work for me. I'm just not that person. I like to have multiple avenues of revenue, but mostly I really like my manufacturing job. Well, I like manufacturing, let's put it that way. I love tinkering with manufacturing and learning how things work. I don't ever want to build a house again, i.e. the Grenadier. So, fun. And we are at our third military checkpoint here. Yay. Here goes nothing. This one's always a bit of a doozy, so let's see how this one goes. We're gonna hope for the best. We're gonna hope for the best. Buenos días. Hola, buenos días.
Buenos días.
Buenos días. Muy bien, ¿y tú?
Muy bien, ¿de dónde viene?
Mulegé.
No, coming from?
Oh, Cuero Negro.
Una inspección, please.
Sí.
Dale, gracias. Get out, please.
Oh.
¿Mulegé?
Mulegé, sí.
¿Casa?
No casa.
¿No?
No casa. Es surfear en el Cabo. Felicidad. Friendly. No, in the back.
Oh.
Gracias. Buen día. Okay. And as you can see, they just kind of poke around sometimes and want to see what you're doing, what you got, and oh gosh. It's so weird because he somewhat inspected my vehicle, but he really inspected the other guy. He made him like open the trunk and like open a suitcase. It's like crazy, you know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, whatever, like it's fine. It's not a big deal. The big deal is that it is still windy, and I want it to not be windy because I just want to get in the water. I want to go for a run, and I want to enjoy being outside, but it's so windy right now. I'm hoping that the point that I'm going to with Dustin will be like kind of protected, because sometimes you can see the directions the winds are coming from and you can kind of tuck yourself into a cove that's protected from the wind. And so I'm really hoping that that's what we're going to be able to do. All right, we are entering our final little city, like actual city, before we go to the beach with Dustin. We are currently driving through Santa Rosalia. We're not going to drive up to the main strip just because that gets really trafficky, but this is the one freeway. So you have to drive through this portion of the town in order to keep going further south. So yeah, we are going right now to the beach where Dustin is hanging out, spearfishing, I'm thinking. And then we'll hang out there for a day maybe, I don't know. And then we'll continue to another beach. So we're just continuing on here, just having a grand old time. It's not too shabby if you ask me. I have such an appreciation for this place. Not Santa Rosalia specifically, but for just Baja in general. It's the kindness of the people. You can see the way that they're living, right? So this is how they're living. And then you think of how we live in the US and how we complain about the way we live. And then you come down here and you look at the way they're living and you see that they're so much happier than the majority of us in the US. And it's really eye-opening. So yeah, this is Baja. This is Baja. I can't remember exactly what Santa Rosalia is known for, but whatever this is right here on the right-hand side was the big industry that it used to be. I don't know if it was steel or like this was a mill, or if it had something to do with the port being over here, or like not even a port, but maybe a port. I'm not really sure, but there definitely obviously used to be a big industry down here. And I want to say it probably got wrecked by a hurricane, would be my guess. I could be completely wrong, but I have not spent enough time here, and I feel like it's a really cute place that I would love to come back and spend a little bit of time, because it is definitely very, very cute here. Psyche. How do you feel, Zoe? How do you feel, Nolly? You guys all excited? The gang's back together! Yeah! All right, so Psyche and I are gonna go for a run. We're gonna go run up there. Dustin's already gone exploring today because he's been chilling. And I'm gonna go exploring now, even though. All right, I'm gonna go for a run, and then I'm gonna come back, and then I'm gonna eat something because I haven't eaten anything today besides a couple bites of cereal. So we're gonna go for a run with Psyche. We are gonna go for a walk, and Dustin is going to work on his Starlink. So I'm taking the dogs for a little nice walkabout. Currently troubleshooting Dustin's Starlink because it's not getting full service, and he recently did the
conversion, the 12-volt conversion. So he like cut his Starlink apart, and now it's like cutting in and out and not getting great Starlink service that we're used to. So we're trying to troubleshoot it. By we, I mean Dustin, and I'm just providing my little bit of input, which is not much. Also, I'm going to say I'm sorry if you can't hear anything we're saying, because I don't have a mic on, and I'm really hoping you can actually hear what we're saying, because sometimes it's hard to carry those mics around with you at all times when you're just filming stuff at like a moment's notice, you know what I mean? So, of everything. So, best thing about Mexico is when you buy eggs, they don't have to go in the fridge, so they can just live on your counter. Which for me is kind of funny because they don't really have like a cabinet space that these could just safely sit in. So it doesn't really make a difference for me. They're better off in the fridge because at least that's like safe. Time to make the dogs dinner. I'm freezing. I want to just like lay in bed because I'm cold and my stomach kind of hurts. So that might be our next move. It's just like laying in bed for a little bit. But let's make dinner for the dogs. Leaving my house and going to the neighbors. It's a really far walk. You gotta go past the greeting committee. Must bow to the fat and lazy. The fuck you obey me, and why do they hate me? Who me? Only 2 generations away from the world's most despicable slavery trade. Pioneered so many ways to degrade a human being that it can't be changed to this day. Legacies. Good morning, Joe. Good morning. Alright, we're gonna start making some coffee. Like very normal standard procedure, so yeah, whatever, here we are. It is time to get tan, everybody. Gosh, the padding in these won't come out, so oh wait, yes it will. I found the opening, but it's fine, we figured it out. It's okay, we're getting reacquainted with our bikinis, okay? All right, let's get past. We are on the go. We are on the go.